Hello. If you're watching this video, that means our poster might have caught your eye during the SaTC PI Summit 2022, or maybe you just want to learn learn a little bit more about our project, right? My name is Ahmed Javed. I am Associate Professor in the Electrical Engineering and Computer Science Department at the University of Toledo. I'm the lead PI on this project along with my collaborators from Purdue University Northwest, Dr. Lucy Yang and Dr. Kamar Niaz. The goal of this project was to get high school students, a little bit more interested in cybersecurity, as well as teach them about the threat landscape of the technologies which they are using, namely smartphones, computers, tablet, and in general the internet, right? How the presence on internet exposes certain individuals, especially teenagers, to various issues, such as cyberbullying, right? So this was essentially the goal. To realize this goal, the idea was to rapidly prototype, kind of a high school curriculum, test it in a summer camp setting, and then revise it. So the plan was to host 2 summer camps every summer of this particular project, where in the first summer camp we essentially deliver the curriculum, and in the summer camp we revise it and see what is the difference between the results. One of the obvious questions that come into mind is why high school students? Why not undergraduates, or why not middle school students? So we did realize that this is the point where teenagers are really involved in using smartphones and computers and tablets without necessarily knowing the threat landscape of these technologies. So one of the goal of this project was to spread awareness among teenagers. What are the threats that they are exposed to by using internet and all these new technologies, right? We also wanted to understand which parts of this developed curriculum are most useful in teaching the material, and is it possible to use the characteristics of certain modules which are more interesting to students, and then use these qualities in other modules as well. In addition, we also wanted to see if there is any distinction in terms of learning based on gender, race, and do these interactive animated visualization modules really work for learning physical, software, and mathematical aspects of cybersecurity. The longer run, we would actually want the students to get interested in the cybersecurity as a career to obviously address the national shortage of cybersecurity professionals. Overall, there were 4 components in the developed material. The first one was the cybersecurity curriculum. The second one was the MIT App Inventor-based exercises. The third one was a couple of educational Android applications that we developed in-house at both the institutions. And the fourth one was a cybersecurity tool, which is a Unity-based interactive tool. It also incorporates animation so that the students can learn based on their own pace. And this particular tool actually had 4 different sections for every topic that was discussed. And again, if you have seen the learning tools section on our poster, it already discusses a little bit about what are the different topics which were touched upon: cryptography, malware, network security, web security, and each one of these has several subsections. So for example, the malware section has key logging and ransomware. And within those subsections, they are divided into 4 major steps, which involves introduction to the topic, then a quick small interaction exercise where the student learns what is really happening in that particular attack or that particular topic, and then the third step is explanation of what is really going on. Finally, we test the students' understanding using a quiz in that particular tool. While the curriculum, which has been classified into 3 major categories, we first discussed the fundamentals of cybersecurity, as well as a little bit of computer science, including the internet and security design principles. The second part focuses on cybersecurity, specifically internet security, web security, malicious software, what are the various cyber safe practices, and then finally we also touch upon a little bit about software design, the concepts of software engineering, what what is software security design, and we touch upon Android software development as well, so that the students can get a understanding of how these apps are developed and how different permission model can actually come into the picture. Consequently of this particular topic, we also developed a permission educator app, which allows students to upload any APK file from their phone and see what are the permissions that have been granted to that particular application, as well as how dangerous or how safe those permissions are when given to a specific application. So 2022 would be essentially the second year of running the summer camps for this particular project, and we expect to run another round of summer camps next summer in 2023. By the end of the next year, the next summer, we expect to have a really mature curriculum and all these applications that we have actually developed, the learning material. In the longer run, we want to have a great societal impact. We want high schools, around the nation to use this material to teach their students. And if they have feedback, they can actually give us feedback, and we might be able to address, some of those deficiencies in the material, if any. Currently, the high schools in nearby the Hammond, Indiana area, specifically in Hammond and Munster, Indiana, as well as Hoffman Estates, Illinois, and Toledo Public Schools in the Toledo region in Ohio, as well as Sylvania Public Schools, which is a suburb of Toledo, Ohio. These 5 school systems are currently being impacted because we have actually involved students from these specific areas. In addition, we are currently in discussion with some of the teachers in these high schools who might be able to adopt our curriculum and then further test it in a high school environment, because of certain limitations, we are only able to test these materials in a summer camp environment, while the teachers would be able to test it in a high school environment. We have also published a couple of papers on these topics. A couple of them are also again in line to be published in the next couple of months. But yeah, if you have any more questions, or if you have any suggestions, feel free to actually utilize the QR code to access the website and browse through the material. If you have any feedback, feel free to drop me an email. My email is ahmed.javed@utoledo.edu, ahmed.javaid@utoledo.edu. Again, thank you very much for watching this video, and hope you have a great day. Thank you.